Hello, I'm Dan Robinson with FPTV, and we're here today with Ryan and Jennica Schwartzman from Purpose
Hi.
Pictures. And you guys just finished filming a movie in Northwest Arkansas.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
So tell us about it.
Full feature film.
Parker's Anchor is a film that Ryan and I wrote over a year and a half ago now, and we produced and we both acted in. We have a relationship with Northwest Arkansas, and we wanted to come back and bring this film specifically. The film takes place in modern times in Fayetteville, Arkansas, over the year 2016 into 2017, and it was a really magical experience. And we just finished last night, and can't believe we're awake today to talk about it.
I can't either. It looks like it was an amazing shoot schedule across all 24 of the hours.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great, and we wrote it specifically to take place in Fayetteville so that we can showcase Fayetteville. Instead of, this is an area that can double as other places. It doesn't always have to be Fayetteville, but this was one that we could showcase where we are and where we were filming in specific locations in the community, which worked out very well in our favor because of this community.
So let's talk about those locations. They were comprehensive and amazing. So you guys hit some amazing spots here. Tell us what kind of places you filmed.
We did. We worked very hard in pre-production to get everything lined up ahead of time. So when we were here, everything was set, and it's amazing the community that is willing to give us locations or to work with us on price or whatever it is, and it's beautiful. We filmed at XNA at the airport, which we wrote it that way, thinking, okay, at night the airport gets a little slow, but we went through the legal team, did everything properly, and we filmed there overnight from midnight to 5 a.m., which was hard on our crew, but we had local members come to be background overnight, which is amazing. We filmed there. We filmed at Fayetteville High School in their Performing Arts Center, which was amazing.
And everything was itself. We called it Fayetteville High School. We filmed at the Arcadia Retrocade, and we called it Arcadia. We called it Una Uno, like the karaoke bar. We filmed at the actual places. We talked about them.
Last night's Fayetteville.
Yes.
So last night, Fayetteville, there was a huge party going on the square,
Yes.
and there was a movie crew out shooting in the middle of all that, and including drone footage as well, right, of the square during the... So what was that like, shooting in the middle of a New Year's Eve party?
It was written to be minimal dialogue and minimal expectation on our crew so that we could make sure to grasp the beauty and the interest of the night. And we had an actress from Los Angeles who has no relationship with Arkansas, and it was really fun to explain to her what was happening. Like, so that's a hog, we're gonna drop it, and it's lit up, it's having a rave, it's very exciting, and then there'll be fireworks, which, by the way, having been to many fireworks displays, it's one of the best fireworks displays we've ever enjoyed. And we've been many places to enjoy fireworks over the years, but it was spectacular. And our crew had been at Last Night Fayetteville on another feature 2 years ago, and they wanted to get some guerrilla footage, which means no permission footage at the time, so they got a little bit retroactive. But because our team had seen it and they knew what we were going for when we wrote it in our script, because having holidays is very exciting to have in a script. There's a lot of marketing opportunities with film festivals or audiences, and it's super beautiful and interesting, and it's very specific to Fayetteville. And what was it, like people from 26 different states came last year. There was like a lot of really good numbers of why it's such a spectacular, fun New Year's celebration. But it's very family friendly and fun, open. It's not hard to do. It's not like 3 hours in traffic both ways. It's not that type of event.
Right.
It's just a fun, everybody goes and hangs out together. So we had a very easy time filming there.
Yeah. And that's a small amount of art. We had some personal residences we filmed in, which was nice. We also filmed at the Boys and Girls Club. We ended there because we had in the pool all day underwater footage we were shooting, which was very exciting and fun and gave us heated pool. Yeah, it was an indoor heated pool, which was nice. And Uno's karaoke bar, which was fun. Got to do some karaoke singing, which was nice because we used local musicians' music, so that another thing that seems a very Fayetteville thing to do is you sing local musicians' songs, which was wonderful.
So incorporating local elements, you guys had local crew,
Yes.
that you utilized in addition to the crew that you brought into town. You had local
Yes.
talent in addition to the
very much.
talent. Who coordinated your talent for you?
Elizabeth Barnes, she is a casting director in Los Angeles, worked on many big TV shows, and she did Revenge and United States of Terra and tons of wonderful stuff. Look her up. She's from the Fort Smith area, her and her husband, Brandon Keener, and they're spectacularly in love with the area. They both went to U of A. That's how they, I guess, went straight to Los Angeles from there. So she's got love for both cities, and she's met with us in Los Angeles over and over about what we were going to do for this film, and she kept pulling out actors that have a relationship with Arkansas. Like, this person actually was raised there. Oh, and this person I know from here. This person with the U of A. And she has this huge list of people that she has relationships with that would love to come back to the state to work on something. And then other people who just have a good heart for the story. And she was really good at pulling those both together and then working with Mark Landon Smith and ACA, Actors Casting Agency here in town, working together. We had, 19 starting, so probably ended up like 24 speaking lines for local actors and only like 10 other actors.
Right.
So we had the majority here as well as our crew. I think it's the same ratio where it's at least 2/3 local completely and only a few people coming from Los Angeles. There was just so much here, and we've discovered over the films over the years that it's not hidden. There's just a lot of people, and everybody's active in doing things, and everybody's constantly learning, and we've able to see actors grow on our projects, specifically just our projects, and then we watch other movies that are being made here and all those projects. It's a lot to choose from.
It's very exciting, and we're so glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Working
love it
with
here.
all the people. So tell us about a challenge that you ran into producing a feature film.
We've had a few good setbacks that are, it's always nice to be able to walk away with it being a learning experience, not just a sad situation. And a lot of great learning experiences, a lot of things we could fix, a lot of things we ran into that you never know. Weather, thank the Lord in heaven, was pretty spectacular other than just being frightfully cold. But we did have our picture car, which is the car that the main character drives in the film. It's in many scenes in the film, and it's our minivan that we just went on a limb to try to afford and bought. And we just bought our minivan, and then 3 days before the end of the film, you were driving it?
I was driving late at night, and something came out in the road and collided with the van. So our picture car, which was also transportation vehicle and everything else, then got damaged and was not driving very well and had damage to the front of the vehicle. But the next day, that was at night after doing a run into town, the next day we were supposed to be filming in that vehicle conversations. So it's then trying to troubleshoot, okay, can we use another vehicle that won't throw people off too much? It'll match enough that people will not question, wait, what's going on? It won't draw attention to it. And at the same time, if it is, can we somehow get the vehicle there? And so we did end up getting the vehicle to this warehouse where we were filming, and
Hours late.
yes.
A lot of really slow driving down. Were you on 71 or 49?
I was on 49.
Yeah, just like really like inching down the road hours later to get it to set, and there's nothing we can do about it.
So, but it works. No one knows except for us because it's all shot, so you don't see any of the damage. The car's not running. We had a whole crew of people to make it look like it's driving. There's, I think, 5 or 6 people operating different lights, shining lights so it looks like headlights, and moving things, and someone with a giant 4x4 making the vehicle move, so that no one will ever know except for people who get the inside scoop and learn that that vehicle was broken, but it was already shot in the film, so you have to somehow make it work.
There you go, some behind-the-scenes magic on how movies are made, the smoke and the mirrors that make it all possible. It's great
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So tell people how they can follow Parker's Anchor. What's the next step for you guys?
Whew, there's so many.
Well, next step right now, our director and his team, which is Brotherhood Pictures, they are getting some last-minute establishing shots around town, and then they will be driving back to Los Angeles. And our post team, which is Little Brother Sight and Sound, which is our director and one other person, are going to start cutting it together, putting together an assembly edit, looking at everything, making sure we have everything we need, and then we get into the part where we get to finally see what we've done, which is great. And
we have no idea what most of it looks like.
and then as we get it finished, we will be bringing it back here. We'll do a red carpet premiere somewhere here in Fayetteville, possibly at the Malco Razorback Theater, and invite the community to come and see this movie. But timing-wise, it'll depend on them for post-production. But in the meantime, Jennica can tell you all of our handles and social media places where people can keep up. We'll post videos and pictures.
Yeah, we had a lot of behind-the-scenes footage and video taken by a local, Daniel Williams. He was fabulous. He was great in our faces constantly and got the wackiest shots. But we haven't been able to share any of that online yet. So for me, we'll immediately return everything we borrowed from all of our sponsors. Write a lot of thank you notes, deliver some wine, and write a lot of I'm sorries. But getting everything settled here and then going through the behind the scenes footage and things that we have to start sharing with people on the Parker's Anchor Facebook page, as well as we're just using the hashtag Parker's Anchor on Instagram and our Twitter, Parker's Anchor. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out through Deborah Smith, one of our producers. She's been handling all of our social media along with Liz. Elizabeth Barnes. And so we're going to be pushing a lot of videos and content that has like a lot of local people and a lot of exciting, like we have the most amazing background actors. And we don't like to call them extras, even though extras is a perfectly great term because there's the extras. But we had a lot of great people who just kept coming back time after time. And it's not going to matter to the global audience, but to the local audience to see like that one girl over and over in a few scenes and you know her. And it could make sense in the city in the real life time that it could be the same person. But it's just so nice to see your friends and family over and over again in the movie. And they have more ownership of the film. They weren't just there one day.
Like Jason Sewell,
Jason
host of
Sewell.
Later with Jason Sewell, played as a background actor, played a doctor in a scene. And then
Head
he...
nurse.
Oh,
Head
sorry,
nurse.
sorry. He had a white coat, so I figured he was a doctor.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then he performs at Uno's karaoke bar. So, but that makes sense in the community.
Right.
A doctor very well would go and perform.
Sure.
And we
that's
kept saying that all the time to our continuity people or background. We'd say, it would make sense in Fayetteville that this person would be all these places.
That's totally true.
We have Kate Taylor-Williams. She plays a home birth midwife. And there's a pamphlet of her, a Kickstarter reward that she got, an incentive, is to have her face in the film. So we have these pamphlets of her as a midwife in another scene, and then she's also at the karaoke bar scene. And I think she was invited to another scene as well because it would make sense.
Right.
Because in Fayetteville, you're a normal person who has a job and you love your job and you have friends and you have interests and you have other things that you do and whole other hobbies. And we thought that was a fun little gem. There's like a lot of behind the scenes like stuff that just people from NWA would really grasp and probably appreciate as much as us. But
Well,
we're
that's
nerds.
really exciting.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing those products, and then the finished product absolutely is going to be a whole lot of fun. So we'll look forward to following the continued journey. And thank you guys for bringing these productions to Northwest Arkansas and for focusing on Fayetteville and utilizing the community here. We're really happy to have you guys working here.
Thank
you
you
very much.
for
Thanks
everything you guys do for us because we can't do it without the community people or the people we want to highlight because you guys are special.
Well, thanks. Be sure and follow Parker's Anchor online, and thank you for joining us here on FPTV.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.